Resume the recording. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Gabby Abreu. Who's that? Who's Gabby Abreu? Is that just a different account for someone else? Florida Studs. I don't know who that is. Anyway, how is everybody doing this morning? Hope you're all well. I'm going to mute everybody really quick. Okay. So whoever is here under Gabby Abreu, there's like 4 of them joining. That's making me kind of suspicious. Anyway, hopefully it's someone who's supposed to be here. Thank you guys so much for giving us the time.
Recording?
Yes, I am recording. For Title Toolbox, your Zoom is acting up, but who are you? Oh, you're with my, okay. Oh, this is their like marketing person.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So this is Title Toolbox. We're just gonna go through a very quick presentation. Tracy, are you coming in? Oh, you're here.
I'm here.
You are here. We're gonna do a very quick presentation just to kind of show you the value of what the lead source will bring to your business, and then we'll kind of jump in on the website and go through that level of things. So, without further ado, I will share my screen. Give me 1 second. Okay. So Supreme Title Toolbox. Where are the sellers hiding? No, I can't see you, Tracy.
Why can you not see me?
I don't know.
Come over here.
You gotta turn the camera on.
I did turn the camera on.
Where are the sellers hiding and how can you find them?
Hold on a second. Let me just.
Oh,
come over
hold
here
on.
really quick.
Okay, 1 second.
It's going on. You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Blur my background, but it's you can't see me.
No, I can't. Let me see again. Oh, now I see you.
Ah.
Okay. There she is.
Good morning, guys. How are
What
you?
a blessing.
So unfortunately, we got a little lawn care.
Of course, my lawn guys decide to come right when we're doing this.
We apologize. So
We're loud enough. I think you'll be able to hear us.
We are. So who's selling and why? So obviously we've got some super professionals on here. There's a very big reason we chose you guys specifically. We're very interested in getting your feedback, your honest feedback on this new platform that we've decided to use. It's a fantastic platform. We have done a couple of other classes and we've gotten some great feedback, and we would like the same transparency with you guys. So we're going to jump right in and just kind of discuss everything. And I'll just start right here. Who is selling and why? Obviously, everybody knows in this industry, interest rates are up and the median sales prices are high. People that list now have to sell. There are reasons for them to sell. In other words, they cannot wait for the market to turn over in their favor. Now, some of these might seem obvious to you: mortgage default, divorce, affidavits of death, bankruptcy liens, and IRS tax liens. With me because I don't have the letter at the bottom. Yeah. Finding new listings. The national average for turnover rate means the number of homes that sell each year. Out of 100 homes, 4 will sell each year, 96 won't be selling. The higher the turnover rate equals the higher number of sellers, which equals the higher number of listing opportunities for you. The geographical area of Brevard County, based on average sales, is selling at 4%. Now, if you can find an area around that is selling at 8% turnover rate, that is double the number, obviously, of sellers. Look out of this. Okay. And double the number of listing opportunities. Information is available through this platform that can help you find homes with turnover rates up to 15% or more. But first, let's look at the math behind the data.
I also have a dog here that I'm watching who doesn't listen to me, so I apologize for any barking. It's not mine.
There are 3 basic.
So this one must be, yeah. Okay. So there's 3 basic elements or variables to acquiring these new listings as a realtor. So here they are in no particular order. The quantity of the homes that you market to monthly, your ability to close at listing appointments and get the contracts for those listings, and the turnover rate or the sales rate of the homes that you market to monthly. So which of these variables would be the easiest for you to improve? The answer is number 3, the turnover rate you market to, and it's not even close. So here's the math class. We're going to prove that targeting the right homes versus the wrong homes will make this your best year ever.
Okay, so again, the higher the turnover rate, the higher the number of sellers. The goal, let's just say, is 15 listings in the next 12 months, right? I'm looking at some powerful realtors here. It doesn't seem like that's going to be a challenge. So the question, at 4% turnover rate, how many homes do you need to market to in order to realistically acquire 15 sold listings in the next 12 months? Let's do the math. 1,000 homes at 4% equals 40 home sales. 7, right? Are you going to get a listing appointment on every one of these homes? Probably not. Okay.
So let's say you'll get a listing appointment on 60% of the homes that you market to. So you're reaching out to 1,000 homes, you get 40 people, 40 sales, meaning 40 people who will respond to your marketing, right? So 40 sales at 60% appointment rate, you're going to get 24 appointments. Let's work with those higher numbers because that's what packs the punch, right? Are you going to get a signed listing agreement on every one of these homes that you have an appointment with? Not likely. So let's work with that 60% rate again. Let's say you get a signed agreement at 60% of those appointments. So 1,000 homes that you market to, 40 of them will respond, 24 appointments out of those 40, and 15 listings eventually out of reaching out to 1,000 homes. Seems like a lot of work. So we're going to take that biggest number again. Just like I was saying, marketing to 1,000 homeowners to eventually only get 15 listings is pretty tough. It's a lot of work. So remember our variables.
Number of homes marketed to, closing percentage, and then you've got your turnover rate. So which of these is easiest for you to improve? Oh, it's cut off.
Oh, turnover rate, and it's not even close. Do you want to come next to me?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
So what happens if we can find homes that sell at 15% turnover rate?
So if we have 15% turnover rate, if you're reaching out to 1,000 homes, you get 150 people responding to your marketing, you get 90 appointments, and you end up with 57 listings. So there's those two highest numbers again, 1,000 homes and 15 versus 57. Now it seems like you don't have to do that much work. Now you can reach out to a third of that. You can reach out to 370 homes, and at that 15% turnover rate, you get 56 responses, 34 appointments, and eventually 20 listings, which is 5 listings above the goal that we set. So how do we find that 15% turnover rate or higher?
There's information available on properties throughout Florida that can provide you with addresses of homeowners that have reasons to sell. The question is, where do we find this information and how do we use that?
Data targeting allows you to identify probable sellers and contact them before they list their homes. The targeting listings via this platform, it allows you to sort large cities, zip codes, or drawn areas down to the specific homes that statistically will sell more than other homes. So it puts you in the right place at the right time to have successful conversations with homeowners. Like I said, it's been statistically proven. So let's look at those stats. Tracy, math is all you.
All right. So this is what I always like to call the cone of shame. Back in the dark ages of 2008, we saw a lot of these reasons of why people had to sell. At that time, there was a lot of fallout, a lot of reasons why people had to sell their homes: mortgage default, divorce, probate. There was just a bunch of reasons. And so this is right here where we're getting this percentage. Mortgage default, 52%, FSBOs, 27%, divorce, 22%, probate, 19%, and obviously farming at 3%.
Did you want to speak into?
I did, because again, and it's funny, the last couple of classes I've had people that I've known for years that were on this with me, because I felt that there was a group of people that were comfortable speaking into this market and speaking into these types of groups. The conversations could be challenging with people like this, but these are not only clients for life, but these divorce situations, these mortgage default situations as well. These are situations where people need you, whether they know right that second or not. I can't tell you how many people that we close over 2008 that have bought homes with us, not with us, but have closed with us 3 or 4 times since that time, because you have clients for life. Right now, when the interest rates were 2.99%, everybody was doing this. The people who have stuck around now are the people who know how to sell. And these are your new clients, because people at 1% or 2% are not going to sell their homes right now unless they have to. So this is your sweet spot right now, right with what's going on. 52% of mortgage defaults, FSBOs, divorce, probate, and farming is your sweet spot.
I know, I'm trying.
No.
It won't let me. Yeah, it wouldn't let me.
So who is selling? You can blindly call cold everyone. I have some rock star realtors right now who are talking about, because the market is getting a little tough, they're blindly going to knock on doors in their neighborhoods or go out and just mail to everyone. 96% are not selling in the next 12 months. Or you can work smarter, targeting probable sellers, owners at 15%, save money, save time, and be way more efficient. This mean? Okay. So again, as we discussed, this is your leads delivered. You've got involuntary liens, and we'll go, Rosie will talk about the scars. Divorce filings, 22% result in sales. Probates, obviously, this is, and we live in an area where 57% of properties are usually in a trust. So there tends to be probate situations. 19, or basically 20% result in sales. Bankruptcies, empty nesters. We're going to get way into.
Yeah, you might be wondering how they pull that, but we'll show you. The stars around involuntary liens is actually because involuntary liens, and I'm going to go to the next page, and cash buyers are only available on this platform. No other lead source pulls cash buyers or involuntary liens that they know of. These are the life events that are being pulled to get you those sellers that are the most probable. Right here, this is kind of how it's getting delivered. You have notice of defaults, notice of sales, out of state owners, cash buyers, and next sellers. These are layers. That's the best thing about this platform, is that you're able to layer your searches. And we'll show you that in a minute. It's really, really great. So as far as the data delivery and the services available on the website, you can download pay for phones and emails. It's only 5 cents for a phone number and 7 cents for an email. They keep it really inexpensive. And part of how they keep it inexpensive is by not scrubbing the do not call registry. So that's a huge question we always get, right? So they don't scrub for do not call, but they do mark it. So there's going to be a little red dot next to phone numbers that are on the do not call registry. So at least you have that, right? You have mortgage and equity information. You can run loan to value ratio. You can run HELOCs. You can run refi loans, anything like that. The life events that we've been talking about, there's actually a net sheet calculator straight on the app or on the website. And it's actually a really good one. What Tracy always likes to say, it's very realtor friendly. It goes into a little bit more detail than what's on the Supreme Agent One app that you might be familiar with us.
A lot of you guys who have worked with us know that the Supreme Title app is a very useful and powerful app. We actually almost thought about canning it when we started working with this new platform, but it obviously has a litany of, the Supreme Title app has a litany of great marketing tools. So we decided to go ahead and keep this. And I just want to talk into this for my very busy realtors. I know this seems like a lot of information. This platform is extremely easy to use. It is easy, which for me, Rosie will tell you, I am not a girl who likes overwhelming platforms. And this is, it's very, if you're going to be able
it's
to
like a drop and click. Yeah.
A lead sheet in like 3 minutes. So I don't want you to be overwhelmed by all of this information.
And you know what the coolest part is? If you do have a hugely busy day and you're running around the county and you maybe can't get to a computer or wherever, or even on your phone, you don't have the time to run the farm, let us know. Just reach out to Tracy or I, give us the address and say, I want nearby neighbors, or I want
brokers open going on today, or an open house on Saturday. I want to market to this entire block. I want them all to see it. Boom, bang, you got it. We can send it to you in like 3 minutes.
Yep.
It's easy.
It is. And one of the best parts as well is that usually when you have exports of farms from a lead source, it does export it. So it's its own static file, but this is constantly updating. So you actually save it within the website and it updates every single day to make sure you have the most updated information. And it is based off of the records in the clerk of courts.
I mean, obviously there's not fresh information that we can pull without it being recorded, you know, in public records, death certificates, new mortgages, things like that. You guys all know what those are. And yes, so we used to be back in the olden days, they would send you this flat information of just data, which we can get you. We can get you data if that's what you're looking for, if you're a data person, but it was not refreshing. This platform refreshes and gives you real-time information.
Just kind of a little sample of what it looks like a little bit, and then as well how to, I'll show you how to save them and access them later. So I think it's time. I think it's time to go over. Let's do it. So I'm going to stop sharing this and I'm going to share my interwebs. Give me a moment, please. So as far as your accounts, we have to add you to the platform and then you're going to receive a welcome email. I'm going to add you. We have to run after this and go to our Brokers Open. Hope you can make it. It's at 130 Edgewater Way in Merritt Island.
11:30.
It is at 11:30, but we have to leave right after this. So I will add you as soon as we get back from that. So this afternoon, just keep an eye out. The welcome email does come from Benutech, which is the host company.
Guys, let's just talk. That should hopefully be your most challenging thing. It's coming from Benutech. If we've sent it, just check your junk mail. It's not a secret. Everything will come from that name. So just
it actually, you know what Cindy told me? It doesn't say Benutech on it. It says something else. So she was looking for Benutech. I know. It's just look for something that's not Supreme Title and says welcome email or title toolbox on it. If you don't receive that welcome email in your inbox or your junk, just shoot me a text. Most of you do have my number, but I'll put it in the chat here as well. And you can shoot me a text and just let me know that you didn't get it.
Because we're going to do it right away.
Yeah, when we get back.
Right away when we get back.
All right, so here it is, title toolbox. The reason the map opened to where it is because that's where I had my address set, was at our 192 Melbourne office. So when I do add you guys to the website, I am going to use your office addresses to set your map. If you would rather me use your home address, let me know, because I'm just going to default and use your office address.
See what I'm saying, guys? See how easy this platform is? There's no stress here with
There's
this.
really not. It's just a little quick menu at the top. So let's do a really quick nearby neighbors search. We love doing that, right? And I'm just going to use Tracy's address because we know all the info for it. And as you can see, it pulls the addresses straight from Google. And this is the Google map right here. So I don't want the profile with comps. I have this little drop down and I can do a profile with comps. And it actually does pull comps and they're great. They're really great. And they give you details and everything. You have all of these different things, net sheets, phone and email lookup for just a single address. You can do that and you'll get Tracy L. Candell, who's sitting right across from me. You'll get her phone number and email. But what we're going to do is nearby neighbors. How many nearby neighbors would you like? Let's do 200. So what all that's doing is setting a limit on the data that is being returned to you. Because it'll show you in just a second what the actual total is for the nearby neighbors. 3,300. So 3,300 is a really big list to work off of. So I put this nice little limit of 200. There we go. Okay. Nice little limit of 200. So we have a little bit more of a manageable list to work with. So here's our nearby neighbors. I mean, it was that easy. And within the nearby neighbors, if I wanted to, out of those 200, I could click right here, these new possible leads. The green button is your friend.
Yeah, the green means
go.
Green means money.
Yes. So out of these 200 people, 6 of them are cash buyers and 2 of them have liens. So maybe those 2 that have liens deserve a little phone call, like they're probable sellers, right?
And why cash buyers, Rosie? Why would we want to use cash buyers?
I think a cash buyer would maybe have a little extra cash laying around right now and want to buy an investment property. Maybe It's worth a conversation, isn't it?
I am not a realtor, obviously, and I was kind of asking the rep who was training us on the app. I was like, what's the, the deal? And you would think I would be like, oh, okay. But yes, these are people who actually have cash, and there may be a chance that they want to buy a small investment property or a big investment property because they have money to spend. And he said that that was a huge percentage of their sales. So I thought that was great.
And in just a minute, we're actually going to show you, if you wanted to, you could pull who out of these owners are out of state owners and are cash buyers. Those are really going to be your investors that have that cash, that, have their mansion in New York and have their summer home here or their winter home here in Florida. I know, right? But let's go back for a second. So the first thing I'm going to do is clear my search. Always clear your search. Always. All right. So now I'm going to do an area search. Actually, no, I'm going to do a radius search. My bad. So I'm going to do a radius search, and I'm going to put in Tracy's address right here, because I just want to show you how it would show up on Beachside and how you maybe want to adjust a little bit. So it opened up my map and it wants me to drop the pin. So I'm going to drop the pin right here. It defaults its own radius, but you can always do the drop down and put it to whatever parameters you want. I'm going to set it to 1 mile. It looks like half of my radius though is in the ocean, where at least here, there are no houses in the ocean. So I'm going to pull my pin a little bit just more toward center landmass so I can get a little bit more coverage of that surrounding area. So once I have my pin set, I like what it's doing. I have my 1 mile radius. I'm going to click next, because remember, green means go. Now it's going to take me to the nitty gritty of everything. It's going to ask me to layer my searches. So in just the property characteristics, it defaults to just single family residents and condos. You can use this drop down to add all these different types of dwellings and properties. I mean, they have everything in here. It's pretty wild. You can filter by the year it was built. Again, there's that limit records, bedroom, bathroom, lot size, all that kind of stuff. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to custom filters. Now within this radius, which right here at the bottom, if you're ever wondering what filters you have set, it's going to always show it right here at the bottom. So I'm going to put on that empty nesters. And what we were talking about is that it shows empty nesters as people who have owned the home for 30 years or more and have 3 or more bedrooms. Yes, it's an assumption, but it's a very educated assumption.
It's a common sense. It's a common sense assumption. Yeah. Anybody who's lived in a home for 30 years or more obviously might not have children, small children.
Right. And look at that. I mean, out of that 1 mile radius of nearby neighbors, the website found 11 properties that are potentially empty nesters and would want to downsize. And you can download and view those records. It'll show us the same kind of view that we were seeing before, giving the addresses and everything like that. This is all free information, you guys. Having their addresses and the owner name, their sales price, the year they bought the home, all of that is free. Where do we end up buying things is the phones and emails. And when it's the premium filters, which we're going to go over in just a second. So if you wanted to save this farm, you just click right here. And then when you're ready to access it again, you just go down into farming and it's in saved farms. But let's say you wanted to send all these people a specific letter in the mail, you can export the Avery labels right from here. You can actually go through Corfact right from here, export the farm right from here. All of this great stuff. You have so many very easy one-click abilities on this website. So I'm going to go and edit my search. I got my information about my empty nesters and I'm cool with that. Now I think I want to switch it. I want to turn off empty nesters. So what I'm going to do is, here's all my filters that I have set down here. I'm going to remove the empty nester filter. And here's that out-of-state mailing address that I was talking about. So within, let's see, get count. So within the 1 mile radius of Tracy's property, 457 properties have out-of-state mailing addresses, meaning that these are investment properties or at the very least just not their primary residence, right? So let's say, I mean, 457 is a pretty high number, right? So what do we want, Trace? What do we want?
We want new possible leads.
We want green means go.
I don't know
Yes.
what we want.
No, you got it. You got
Okay.
it. So look at that. So now out of those 457 out-of-state mailing addresses, 22 of those people were cash buyers. Those are your investors. Those are people to reach out to. Hey, are you looking for a new property? I just had something come up on the market. I think you'd be really interested. And there you go.
And one notice of a default, one notice of list pendants. Basically, list pendants means knock, 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 you're going into foreclosure, and one probate, which doesn't seem shocking on beach.
And it says buy because you're going to buy the information for those life events. A lot of the information on this website is free, and the things you do have to pay for are very inexpensive. What you're going to do as far as paying for things, you go into your drop down right here, and then my wallet. That's where you can set up your credit card. It's going to ask you to upload at least $5 at a time, just because sometimes you might pull a farm that like you're only paying like 67 cents for like 3 phone numbers or something and 2 emails. And you know, they don't want to charge your credit card for 67 cents. So they just want to do like $5, and then they store whatever's left over within the website. So all your money is just going to stay
What
right there.
happens, Rosie, if by chance these people have like a phone list that hasn't been scrubbed and they paid for it? Like what happens?
So it's actually more about like if here, I'll actually show you. Hold on. So I'm gonna go back to
So
edit
they don't
search.
separate the properties that are already in MLS.
Right. So that's the issue, or the one challenge that got brought up to us by the last group that we did train, was that we know that RPR does do that. So it was more, it does update, but it does not show you what is under
Right.
contract in MLS, but it will show you once the deed is recorded after the sale.
And then of course you can check it always on MLS as well. So
You can.
once click.
So I'm gonna go over, I have I have these out-of-state mailing addresses, this 457 person list. Everything to the left of Premier Data, all of these are free. All of this is free. As soon as you go into Premier Data, that's what you have to pay for. So I'm gonna go into phones and emails. And if I did both phones and emails, get count, for 457 phones and emails, it's going to charge $54. I mean, that's pretty inexpensive if you ask me. So, and it says right here, what Tracy was just asking, your card will be refunded the difference for addresses where a phone or email is not found. So if it was saying, it says right up here, 35% have email addresses and 75% have phone numbers. So whichever ones don't have it, you'll get the money back for those after you pay for the farm. So that is all about farming and a radius search. So I'm going to come out of here and I'm going to clear my search, just like we were talking about before. Do you have another question?
And if the property is already listed, are we charged for the names that are already listed? You might be. We would have to check into that. This, like I said, this platform is relatively new to that. So we're going to write down the question, but I assume based on the fact that they didn't say that it wasn't, you're probably going to have to pay for that. But I'll find out for you, Jan.
So with the farming, and now I'm going to do a boundary search, and we're going to just kind of switch gears for a little bit. We're not going to use Tracy's address for this boundary search. We're going to use my address, where we're at right now. So my address just happens to be right over here. So does anybody know about this area? What you want to know about this area, if you're looking to pull nearby neighbors for me or people with life events, anything east of Fisk is going to be low-income housing, rental, industrial. There is a little bit of project housing, and that's okay, but we don't want to include that in our search. It would be a waste of reaching out to people and things like that. So instead of that radius search, because if I did the radius search, it would just put a circle around my address. I want to do a boundary search. So I'm going to start down here. I'm going to drop my first pin. I'm going to come up. I'm going to drop my second pin, And if you want to, you could just come up here, but you see how it doesn't follow the curve and it does kind of go on the other side of 520. I want to stay on the south side of 520. So I'm going to drop another one there, drop another one there, and drop another one here. And then I'm coming down 95. There's where it curves. So I drop here and then double click to close it. So there's my boundary. Now I'm only pulling the properties that are going to be west of Fisk, east of 95, south of 520, and north of Barnes. It's a nice little area. So I'm going to click next. So now I have my search. What am I going to layer? This time I'm going to go into assessment and taxes. And I'm going to say, what was the most recent year of tax delinquency? Greater than or equal to 5 years. Get count. So these are people within my boundary that have had a tax delinquency in 5 or more years, and that's 179 properties. So let's take a look at those people. 179, that's a really great list to reach out to. These people obviously do have a reason to maybe sell. They have these tax delinquencies. But what if we could narrow this down again? And funny enough, all of the properties with it are like clustered. Still don't know why, but that's okay.
If you clicked on it, you would. That's not even.
Probably. So if I click new possible leads, now I have people like, let's say, okay, 179 people, I can send out mailers about tax delinquency and why you maybe would want to sell right now. But these 8 people, these 8 properties that have tax delinquencies and a lien, those I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm going to call them because they really need to sell right now. I mean, there's no question about it. They're in a tough spot. So you're here to help them, right? So just being able to show you kind of how to layer these searches. I'm going to edit the search really quick. Now I'm going to come back to assessments and taxes. No, actually, I am going to do a different category. So I'm going to take away, remember we exit out. So I'm going to take away the most recent year of tax delinquency. I'm going to come into Premier Data. I'm going to go into mortgage info. And now I want to see who has greater than or equal to a 9% interest rate within this boundary search. 18 of them, 18 properties.
I almost passed out when I saw this. I was like, who could possibly have 9% interest rate with what we just went through? People with not such great credit, 9% interest rates.
Yeah. So this is under the Premier Data field. You can see it has that little banner to label it. So it only is going to cost me 90 cents to get the property information. That's to get the address, the owner information, the year, what we were looking at before. If I wanted to add phones and emails, I just, from where I am right now, I just come over to phones and emails. I can do just phones, just emails, but I'm going to do both. So now on top of the 90 cents, get count. I mean, for 18 properties, you're paying $3 and you're getting people who really need to sell right now. People who, and especially like if you're working with a mortgage lender, please encourage them to join us on here. We really think that this is, not we really think, we know based off the presentation, that this is beneficial for lenders as well as realtors. So these people are in a state to maybe refinance. Even right now with the interest rates the way that they are.
Better than 9%.
Better than 7% is better than 9%. We all know that. So that is about layering and about boundary searches. Now, Tracy likes to show this. So I'm going to clear the search again. Confirm. So here's Tracy's address again. And instead of nearby neighbors, I am going to generate report. So this is what we were talking about. Like if you're out and about, Tracy, you want to, this is your spiel.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So if you're out and about and you just have an address that you're curious about how many, viable leads are within that area, people who are probable sellers, call us up, be like, hey, here's the address, or shoot us a text. Hey, here's the address. And we can run you a lead sheet. I'm going to generate that report. It pulls a lot of data. So
Yeah,
it just takes a second.
it's kinda heavy.
All right, so click here to view your report. Don't judge me for all my tabs, please. Stop. I have a lot of things that I have to do. Okay.
Very important.
So open more doors near your listing. What?
Okay, so look at this, you guys. Look how many divorce situations are in 19% liens, list pendants,
10 list
probates,
pendants. 10.
10 list pendants, probates. You know, I know all of you know on here. I can just speak into this because of the group that is on here right now. There are a lot of realtors that cannot help people who they don't understand probate situation, who do not understand notice of default, do not understand how to handle a list pendant. These are great people. A divorce, the delicacy of a divorce. I mean, look at the average loan to value on this. I mean, 38%. And we're talking about strong numbers. People who can actually sell their house. Or if your mortgage banker wants to get involved and you love your mortgage banker, you can be like, hey, this person wants to keep their house. They want to refinance and get their husband off. They have a great loan to value. This is a very strong list. And this is the kind of stuff that we're going to drop into your email.
Absolutely. So I think that was it for us, right?
I think we did the block. We did show the block we did show the block.
the
Like for somebody who's a
right.
I have a friend on here who we just did an open house together.
That's right.
And
I remember
she
now.
went out door knocking. And I feel like this is a good opportunity to at least show you how easy this would be.
So let's say you do just want to do the block. We have the radius search where we have the circle. We have the boundary search that we can draw things. And now if we just do an area search, this is popping up our filters right here that we've been looking at, but it's going directly to it. It's not having you manipulate the map in any kind of way. You're using zip codes, you're using streets and cities. So I'm going to do the city of Indialantic. I'm in Florida, Brevard, Indialantic, and I'm not going to do zip code. I'm going to do contains Atlantic. So that Tracy's street name is Atlantic Avenue. So I'm just saying, I'm just saying Atlantic, right? I'm not going to put Atlantic Avenue because honestly, I'm not sure if AVE would work or like the full spelling of Avenue or what. So just put the name of the street. Yep. And if it's within the city, it'll pull the correct one. So, and you can even filter by owner occupied, yes or no. So I'm going to get the count. So 63 properties. Let's look at where that's at. So there it is. That's Tracy Street right there. And now it's pulling the 63 properties that are within Tracy Street. So Jama, I mean, I know you had that open house. You were walking around that whole neighborhood, door knocking and dropping off flyers to nearby neighbors. I mean, wouldn't have been really easy just to have something like this, and you can mail it to them or know for a fact that some of these people are really not in a position to sell, and some of these people really are in a position to sell. And again, you can export that with the labels and all of that. It's really pretty incredible.
You know, just to speak into this for a second, and some of the people that we have discussed this with previously have said to us, you know, this lead source might be this, and this lead source might be that. I have always, 17 years of owning this company, I've always been like, I've pushed back lead platforms, et cetera, et cetera. But I do think that this has a strong ability to do a couple of different things that other lead sources don't. And I do believe that it could be layered with other platforms.
So really quick, I want to just show you what a full profile would look like and how you could really just pull everything you need kind of straight from here. So I'm going to go generate report again, and I'm going to do profile with comps.
And a beautiful face, Jana.
All right, so before we generate the profile, it is going to ask me how I want to set the parameters for my comps. These are the fields available to you. The feedback we got on the last training session, there are fields that you all wish were available. We did let them know at the website that our realtors wanted that, and they're looking into it. So hopefully that will be added sometime soon.
HOA, if they were behind the, I like
If it has
the
a,
iron gate.
if it has a pool or not. What else? Gated
gated
community.
communities, HOA, I have it written down.
Yeah, well, we have it and we
Very,
send it to
very
them.
specific, very Vieira specific, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah. But at the very least, you do have this available. So it defaults to plus or minus 1 bedroom, plus or minus 20% of the square footage. It does go back 18 months, but you can adjust all of these and the year built, bed bath, all of that. So this is actually a pretty comprehensive list right now. So I'm going to generate my profile. I like how these are all set. And it's pulling a lot of info. It's just going to take just a second. We're both hurting today. Okay. So I can just go straight to emailing, but I want to show it to you guys. So we're going to view the report. So now check this out. And I don't think you can change the photo of the home, unfortunately, but it is a nice one at least.
I want to live there.
Cutie little modern farmhouse.
Yeah. Me and Joanna Gaines.
Shiplap.
Shiplap.
Shiplap. So, all right, here's Tracy's information. And I'm going to scroll down. I mean, it really goes into the details. You got all of the owner information, the characteristics of the property, the recent sales and loans. I mean, this is Tracy's original purchase where her loan was. It's really, and that was 17 years ago. So it's pulling all the accurate information. It gives you an aerial view, all the assessment and tax info, changes in title, changes in mortgages.
Changes in husbands.
I wish they weren't muted. I know we would have heard some laughs, I swear.
Rich Nelson and Stephanie. I'm sure I would have.
For sure. So the purchases, obviously, with both of them on there, talking about the subdivision, talking about the neighborhood comps. So here's the comps. It shows you a map and it gives you a short list, and then it goes into the detailed view of each one of those comps. So it's going to be quite a few pages. So because we do have a few of them. Gives you the owner name, gives you everything in there. What they say.
Just give me
Area sales analysis, the nearby neighbor map again with the property owner.
This is a very, very heavy information that you could definitely go to the seller with. I'm not sure exactly what you're using to present to your sellers, but this, with a very strong, with the Supreme Agent 1 layered with this, is, I'm sure, very, very useful.
And that's the end of the report, but that's a 14-page report,
right,
giving you a ton of information. So with this, alongside a net sheet, alongside the home reports from the Supreme Agent 1 app, right, where you give the neighborhood information. I mean, that's a really comprehensive listing presentation, if you ask me.
So let's
so I think we have run through all of what we wanted to cover today, because there's so much more available on
we're
here.
going to do another education class.
We didn't want to overwhelm.
Right. So there will be another one that will come up.
We're going to go over statistics.
Exactly. It's
because there's actually workarounds, loopholes within this website where you can actually pull demographic information without really pulling demographic information. It's pretty awesome.
It is. It is. Postal codes, which I really dig. I thought that was great. I don't know, some of you maybe want to jump ahead and start playing with this a little bit. Please feel free, but we will definitely do another class. So we'd love to hear. And again, we are not mortgage, we are not realtors. So any questions that you have that we might not be able to ask, by all means, let us know and we will definitely ask them. So
does anyone have questions right now?
What you got for
us? Do you feel like, how do we buy in? Awesome stuff. Good. Yeah. I'm glad you liked it, Peggy. I knew you would. So like I said, I'm going to add you all to the website this afternoon when we get back from our brokers open. So when I do add you, you'll get that welcome email, and then you can go into your profile, change your password, load up your credit card in there, and just start farming. Do your thing.
What do you think, Rich? What do you think, Peggy? Did
Oh, here, let
anybody?
me- hold on.
Melissa Horn, I know that you're a very heavily data driven realtor.
You can all unmute
Randy,
yourselves
by all
now.
means, let us.
Yeah, please
I'm
unmute, talk to us.
taking notes right now. And I only type 40 words per minute, so don't feel.
Oh, by the way, obviously I
Go
did,
ahead, Peggy.
I did record this, so you'll have this later.
Okay, cool. Thanks, you guys. This is awesome stuff. You know, I use RPR all the time, and I do have a couple of agents that I follow that are here, local agents. And I always say to myself, how in the world are they getting all of these probate deals? Because I go into clerk of courts, I see the death certificates that are registered, you know, but that is a lot of work. That is a ton of work chasing it down that way. This is gold. It really is. It's gold.
I think anybody who understands the benefit of that, understands the benefit of those probate situations is going to do very, very well with this platform. Is it? I think that and why a big question was, are you going to give this to everybody? No, I'm not, because I don't want to waste time burning through this. I mean, if you want to give your specific people this information, like maybe your juniors or whatever, that's up to you. But I just don't feel confident that, let's say that Rich Nelson, just for instance, wants to farm specific areas in, I don't know, Melbourne, to give it to 900 people, because we all know that there are very specific areas that are profitable, that we might see a higher turnover rate because we sell there or we know that area. We want to just keep it kind of like, hey, this is yours. We are still pushing it at other people. I mean, there's a lot of realtors, but we're not selling the boat, right?
I like the phrase you used the last training where you said,
genius stuff.
you're not going to give it to people who are just going to use it as a churn and burn.
Right. I'm not. If you want to do that for your assistants, that's completely up to you. But for us, that's not the road we're taking on this one.
Yes.
You know, when you've been in this business long enough, Tracy, you know that you can give $100 bill to 100 people, and within an hour, 20% of them will use it to their profit. 80% will have gone out and bought drinks or something.
It's true.
So this is something that is certainly profitable, but not everybody's going to use it.
No.
Right. And that's why we want to be super selective about who we show this to.
I think, Peggy, part of it is that there could be an intimidation of these life events that people might be uncomfortable handling. So you need take this all, everybody with a seasoned agent who understands the delicacies of divorce, of probate, of law, those types of things, possibly a death situation, and knows how to do it. But from, like I said, being in short sale so long, the end result of those situations, the return for us has been astronomical. So I can't only imagine that if you guys are in it for the long run, which most of you are, how great it will be for you.
I do just want to make quick mention. It's of course obvious. It's pretty obvious, but I do want to say it. We are paying for this platform. We're offsetting the cost for you. So that's why everything does remain pretty inexpensive within this website. We do hope that the properties you do end up getting listings for, we would hope you would list them with Supreme Title.
So anybody interested in attending the second class, would you guys all be interested in following up, letting it follow up? Randy, Rich,
awesome.
everybody.
Yay.
Okay, good. Just let us know in there, because if this is something you're not digging, by all means, just put it in the chat and we'll make sure to.
Everyone said yes.
Yay. Good.
Oh, let me, I'm going to write down my
So let us know,
phone number.
sort of say, if you want this sent to your home address, which I think you should use your business personally, but if you want this area to be your home address, let us know.
Yeah, for when I upload your
and
information.
Just send that to us personally. If you see at the bottom, it says to everyone, you can just default to us specifically.
Yeah, but I did put my phone number in there. That's my cell phone. Shoot me a text if you have any problems getting that welcome email, and I'll make sure to just send it to you again. Sometimes it's happened a couple of times, so I just want to make sure everyone's covered. So if you don't see the welcome email by, I would say like 3 o'clock this afternoon, definitely shoot me a text.
We're going to try to get on as fast.
I want to give you quick feedback before I go. We all go. Looks pretty awesome. It looks a lot like Land Voice, but better.
Okay.
And the timing is good because I'm about ready to stop using Land Voice, because it looks like some of the features that you have are better than Land Voice. And so I'm excited about.
Is the prices comparable to Land Voice, Randy?
I stepped out of the room. I didn't hear you talk about prices, but they should pay for
5
themselves.
cents. What was it, Rosie?
It's 5 cents for a phone number, 7 cents for an email.
So that's ridiculously cheap, but regardless, if you don't use it, it doesn't work. So
Does it
looks like this is a real good one.
Good. Does it update in real time, land voice?
It is supposed to, but I don't think it does.
Okay.
It does to some degree because it'll show expired listings when they become active again. They're still on the list and they stay active. But it's also, I'm anxious to see the accuracy of the phone number results that you guys
Yeah, me
have
too.
and just how quick it updates with accurate information. It's
If you
interesting.
could
Not perfect,
continue
but-
to, feed us with information like this, that, the other. I mean, I can't imagine that the system is absolutely perfect. Of course, it's not. I mean, we're going to figure it out as we go along. I think the financial contribution towards it is pretty minimal for you guys. I don't think it's exorbitant, but I would love the feedback. I'd hate to see somebody just completely shut down on it and be like, well, it didn't do this. Let me know, and I'll try to do everything I can to at least push them towards, making changes where they can. I don't think anybody else has this specific platform at this time, which is good. So you don't have to feel that like we're doing it. We asked them and they said that they're not interested in pushing this out in every area as well. They say that, but we'll see. So I felt.
And we are the only title company in the area to have this right now, so.
Elaine, anybody?
Melissa did ask where does the platform pull the information from? Data Finder. That is where they pull the information. Data Finder, property appraiser website, clerk of courts, that's where they're pulling everything from. So I'm dying to know who is Florida Studs in here.
Cameron.
Is that Cameron? I'm so dead. I love that.
So what we'll do
I was dying to know. I had to know before we left.
is that. Hi. So what we'll do is we will, like Rosie said, we'll go ahead and send you the link. Please join us, or go ahead and accept. And then what we'll do is probably we have a big event. I know you guys have probably seen it, a luau event on July 23rd. All of you guys, it's Tracy Siegel.
Yeah, it is.
Florida Studs. Oh my God.
I don't know why. I have no idea.
Good for you, girl. That's all I can say. Good for you.
This.
Tell me about it, stud.
So
I have no idea what this is or how this is like this. If somebody could help me.
join us. It's from 12 to 4. We'd love for you to come. It's realtor based. This is not for everybody in the neighborhood. It's for
Yep.
realtors, home inspectors, surveyors, appraisers.
I want to ask, how many of you have seen the marketing for this event, for this back to school luau charity drive? I really just want to hear your feedback to know if we're going in the right direction. No.
I think it's great. I love what you guys did, and I like how you're pulling in how we're helping the stats of the kids that need help and the whole 9 of it. I mean, you talk to the heart of people and you're going to get full-on commitment from people, and
Thank you. That's what honestly, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's going to be a great little event. I hope so, but nobody else has seen it. My gosh, we pushed it out a lot.
So just so you know, it's a $20 entry fee per person, but all of it goes to the Brevard Schools Foundation. You can either bring school supplies that are worth $20, or you can bring cash, or there's going to be a QR code at the front that you can just scan and pay with your credit card really quick.
Food trucks galore, drinks.
I mean, we have
dancers.
Taste Buds and Burger Rob's food trucks, and I'm excited.
I'm very excited. So we would love for you all to come if you have the opportunity. It's July 23rd at Front Street, and it's from 12 to 4. And yes, we would love for you to come. We will.
Kids are invited too. Yes, tons of activities for kids.
We will be reaching out to you probably right after that event, because I got to get through. That was the whole reason we actually brought this up. I got to get through that event, grow my hair back on my head at this point after this, because gosh knows why I do this to myself. I don't know. So right after that, we'll probably do it right that following week. So keep your calendars clear for us around August 26th. So that's it. And shoot questions. I know it was a lot of information. Shoot us over questions, sign up and play with it a little bit and give us feedback. Thanks, you guys. Have a beautiful
Thank you so much
day.
for joining us.
Brokers open today, and tomorrow is Designer Purse Bingo Brokers open for Cindy Roten. So if you have time,
Oh
come
yeah,
on by.
definitely. So today is in Merritt Island, 130 Edgewater Way. We're gonna have empanadas and croquetas, and there's sangria and great giveaways. And then tomorrow, the home itself is a brand new custom home in Merritt Island. So it's
If
a
you're
really,
here,
really nice place. And then tomorrow is in the sanctuary. So it's a luxury home over $1 million. And we're doing designer purse bingo and sushi and sake. So that's going to be a really good one.
I will not be showing back up on the next day of work. So
I'm in for the sushi.
Thank you very much. Have a
Bye,
beautiful
everybody.
day. Bye, Florida.